Florida, the place where homes cost more than the average dignity, and where every winter someone shows up selling the dream of the perfect life in the sun. But here's the part no one on TikTok real estate tells you. Some of Florida's most famous areas are heading toward a housing market crash way sooner than most people think. And no, it's not if, it's when. And when is starting to look a lot like now. So today we're exposing the 10 areas in Florida where home prices are about to tank, and we're going to explain why. With irony, sarcasm, and the truth realtors don't want you to hear. Before we start, drop a like or don't. But if you've ever even thought about moving to Florida, you'll want to hear this until the end. Because some of these cities look like paradise until you see the numbers. There's number 10, Cape Coral. Cape Coral was the sweetheart of the great Florida migration. Between 2020 and 2022, it felt like every New Yorker with a laptop was buying a home here. There's just one problem. Prices went up higher than the average salary can sustain. And when prices disconnect from local income, crash. Always. No exceptions. And now, the housing inventory is rising faster than the sea level. More homes for sale equals buyers gain power equals prices plunging. Cape Coral has officially entered the wow phase. Before we continue, if you know someone thinking about buying in Florida, send this video to them. You might save them from a massive financial loss. At number 9, Fort Myers. Fort Myers is like Cape Coral's older brother. Beautiful, popular, and totally overvalued. Hurricane Ian's damage is still affecting the area, and many homeowners can't afford the new insurance premiums. When insurance prices go up, home values go down. Simple as that. And if you look at the data from the last 12 months, the curve is sloping downward faster than the patience of anyone who lives here in the summer. Drop a comment below. Would you live in Fort Myers today? I want to know if the hype still exists or if it's over. At number 8, Palm Bay. Palm Bay has a structural problem. Half the homes were bought by investors who think anywhere in Florida always appreciates. Spoiler, no. Palm Bay went up too fast, and now investors are jumping ship like it's a leaking boat. The result, inventory doubling. The kind of scenario that precedes, well, what you're watching right now. If you're enjoying the analysis so far, subscribe because every week I bring market updates nobody else shows. At number 7, Port St. Lucie, the city where everyone tried to escape Miami's chaos, but brought the real estate chaos with them. Port St. Lucie is experiencing what I call the bubble reflection. People who couldn't afford Miami moved here. Now, they can't afford Port St. Lucie either. The math doesn't add up. And when the math doesn't add up, the market goes down. If any of these signs are already happening in your city, comment the name. It helps a lot of people compare realities. SACE. At number 6, Sarasota. Sarasota became a post-pandemic phenomenon, but the median price simply doesn't match local income. Add to that, the retirees leaving because they don't want to deal with rising ownership costs. And you get a market that looks great on postcards, but terrible in the numbers. And remember, the market doesn't care how pretty the beach is, only how broke your buyer is. And if you've made it this far, congratulations. You're officially more informed than 90% of the market. Drop a quick like, because it really helps the channel. Number 5, the Tampa suburbs, especially Wesley Chapel and Riverview. Tampa, as a city, is still relatively stable. The suburbs, not so much. They've built too many houses, too fast, too expensive. When construction outpaces demand, prices fall. It's literally basic economics. Wesley Chapel and Riverview are experiencing rising inventory, slowing sales, price cuts, motivated seller signs popping up everywhere. Crash. Not yet, but the wheel is turning. By the way, if you're watching from Miami, comment Miami below, or type the place you're watching from so I know if I need to make a video about your region. Number 4, Naples, the normal people segment. Naples is interesting because it has two markets. The millionaire market, that one never crashes. The normal people trying to survive market, that one is crashing. Segment 2 is suffering. High mortgages plus sky-high insurance plus stable salaries equals not happening. And when a market splits, the lower tier always melts first. If you're enjoying these city-by-city breakdowns, share this video on Facebook real estate groups. Trust me, people need this. At number 3, Jacksonville beaches. Not all of Jacksonville, just the beach areas, where investors bought homes thinking they could charge whatever they wanted for rent. Guess what? They can't anymore. The saturation became so extreme that rents stabilized, high-priced properties sat empty, and now owners are selling, all at the same time, and when lots of people sell at once, the result is always the same. Squeeze. Discount. Panic. Prices tanking. And of course, if you want to follow these drops week by week, subscribe, because I track everything in real time. Achi number 2. The Orlando suburbs, Claremont, Kissimmee, and Davenport. This one is the most predictable on the list. Orlando has too many vacation homes, too many investors, too many people thinking Disney equals guaranteed appreciation. But here's what's happening. Tourism changed, short-term rental demand dropped, and many owners can't pay their mortgage with Airbnb income. When short-term rental turns into long-term rental, the home value goes down. Claremont and Kissimmee are entering a spiral of saturated listings, screaming urgent sale. At number 1, Miami-Dade. The middle tier, yes. Miami crashes too, not the luxury towers. Those are on another planet. But the middle tier market, that one is entering a silent collapse. Here's the problem. Miami was inflated by high-income migration, but everything below high income simply can't handle the city's cost anymore. High rent, high prices, high insurance, high cost of everything. And when the middle class disappears, the mid-tier market melts. Miami hasn't crashed yet, but it's shaking. And tremors come before earthquakes. So yes, while everyone keeps romanticizing the Sunshine State, the housing market is sending massive warning signs. And here's a direct question. Do you think the luxury market will actually collapse or stay artificially inflated? I want to read your opinion. These 10 areas are moving toward price drops faster than most people imagine. Some are already falling. Others are about to, and if there's one thing history shows again and again, it's this. Housing crashes don't happen in a day. They happen slowly, and then suddenly. If you want part 2 with the areas in Florida that are still safe, comment SAFE Florida. And if you want me to do this same format for Texas, Arizona, or the Carolinas, comment which state. See you in the next episode of Expose Riches, where we expose the ugly side of money with style.